Hello, my friends. Anna, Alchemist of the Arts here. This is somebody's channeled message, channeled reading. I don't know who it's for. If you found this reading, there might be a message here for you. The whole reading might make sense, but the channeled message and phrase that keeps coming through is, I know things have been really difficult for you, but life is about to change. So we're going to get some messages. We're going to use some tarot and some oracle cards just to see what is changing. There could be multiple messages for you. There might be just one thing that you need to hear that makes sense. Or like I said, the whole reading may make sense to you. So let's get into it. I'm going to start with some tarot cards. As a reminder, this is a collective reading. It's tuned into the collective energy, but I do offer personal readings, which are available on my website and Etsy. But they're only available in those two places, and the official links are below. So if I can help you, please feel free to check those out. Anyone else, just be mindful of imposters and impersonators out there, not just of me either. Okay, let's get your messages for you. What does the person viewing this need to know? Okay, the Four of Wands, so it could be relating to a marriage, a partnership of some kind. Four of Wands is typically a very positive card. Okay, there's a whole lot of cards. I'm not going to take all of those. But we have the... Yeah, let's have a look. What else, please? Interestingly, I do shuffle this deck. I'm just going to pick that up off the floor. I do shuffle this deck in the upright and in the reverse. And at the moment, all of these cards are out in the upright, which is really interesting. Let's get some more energies. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Let's get the bottom of the deck. I'm going to clarify with the cards and other decks as well. You could still be dealing or have been dealing with for a long time the disappointment of a situation, a person, perhaps a partnership or a relationship that didn't work out. Now, for some of you, this could have been connected to a marriage and potentially a divorce, or you could have met somebody that was already married and this could have been your ideal person. And I'm really getting here with this Five of Swords that there could have been some sort of deception, some sort of mistruth, somebody feeling like they got the upper hand while somebody else is just felt in this place of defense. So whilst we've got the Lovers coming out in the upright with the Four of Wands in the upright, you know, these are really positive energies, and the Wheel of Fortune in the upright, I'm really getting the strong sense here that you have been protecting your heart with this Queen of Cups in the reverse and this Seven of Wands for such a long time. You've really, you know, been fighting almost to hold on to the connection of love that you experienced with this person, to the feeling of love that you carried between you. And for some of you, it's almost like it's time to move away from this disappointment. Now, obviously, everybody's situation is going to be slightly different. Everybody's going to be having a slightly different take on this. For some of you, it doesn't have to be, you know, love predominantly, but I'm really sensing that. And because this is just like a channeled reading on a message that's coming through, I'm really going to take it as a romantic relationship. There was a lot of focus around a marriage or a wedding here, and I'm really getting it could be somebody else's marriage. So there could be this kind of a connection to love, or like a marriage that didn't happen, something that you could have potentially, you had so much hope going into this, that there was going to be a wedding, that there was going to be this beautiful connection. And what I'm getting here is there is this real decision to kind of walk away from something. And it feels so much as because I don't feel like you're in communication with this person at the moment, or if you are, it's very, very moderate. You know, there is this desire now to walk away and to leave this in the past. But what that does is it is opening the door to something far more balanced for you. We've got, I can see it, I knew it was there. Oh my God, look, I love this. On the bottom of the deck, we have the Six of Pentacles, the Ten of Cups, and the Two of Cups. In your own time, because I can see here that you've been potentially mistreated. Maybe you were lied to. For some of you, that's confirmation. Maybe this person, maybe you had suspicions, and I'm not saying that they lied to you necessarily, but just that they were, I'm going to say, self-interested. They couldn't give you what it was that you needed. You really wanted and were focused on love, on the potential for marriage, and this person, for whatever reason, decided to betray that vision that you had. I'm just going to put it as that. Whether or not this was a straight betrayal or deception, the ongoing, what it caused within you is almost to shut down your heart, to close it down. And you felt like you've been guarding it ever since now. You've almost been fighting to keep people away. So there could have been other people trying to come in. But because of the pain of this situation, it just hasn't been possible. And this is really, really weighed heavily on you, because when our heart centers are shut down, when we're not open to love and we can't circulate that energy, we actually restrict some of the positive experiences that we wish to experience from coming into our life. There's no ounce of blame in there. This is a defense mechanism because of this dream and this vision that you had of sharing with this person, because that didn't come to be. This really hurt you. And it's okay to have your process. But what I can see is that when you decide, and you take as long as you need to do this, you go through your healing process. When you decide to no longer look at the past, no longer to look at this person, this connection, like it was the only thing that could bring you happiness, when you decide to move away from that and walk a different path, this is where the wheel turns for you, and somebody new is going to come in. This is something balanced. And I actually feel like for all of the love that you invested in this situation, there could have been a lot of energy, time. I'm getting for some of you, you were just really thoughtful. Maybe your love language was sort of giving gifts, acts of service, and you could have given so much to this person, and they would take and they would just, happily lap it up. And then just out of nowhere, just you never got that sense of reciprocation. But what I'm seeing here is, with this Six of Pentacles, you're going to be receiving back this beautiful energy. This is going to return to you. This is going to nurture you. It's leading to soulmate fulfillment, the ultimate fulfillment for some of you, a harmonious, happy family, the perfect pairing that we have here. If you look at the figures here, they're almost wearing identical clothes. There is a great deal of beauty and happiness and joy that comes from this union. And this union it doesn't just make you happy, it's the collective happiness of all involved. So there's a message in here as well of reminding you that you are worthy of this, that you are capable of having a new beginning, that just because you invested an awful lot into this person and things didn't work out, it doesn't mean that that nobody can give that back to you. Somebody out there is this soulmate connection, this person, this pairing, somebody that is able to give this to you. And I do feel like it is a very different person, or just a different person. They don't have to be different from your ideal type or anything like that, but it feels like this is coming from a different person. And I do feel, as far as time frames go, this could have happened at any point over the last, 2 to 3 years up to the present moment. But because of the energies that we've got, because we've got the Five of Cups and the Five of Swords and this Queen of Cups with the Seven of Wands, I'm really feeling like this could have had quite a prolonged impact on you, on your ability to meet new people. You could have had other family members here sort of saying, you need to get back out there. You need to go and meet people. You need to date. I'll set you up with this person. And inside you were just like, no way. I can't even begin to imagine it, secretly perhaps holding out hope that this person was going to return to you. And for some of you, you could really have put your life on hold. And this is a message now of no longer putting your life on hold. You are going to take the reins back for yourself. And I know this, like I said, you take as long as you need for this process. But upon the other side of it, and again, you know, energetically speaking, we can't force these processes by just saying, you know, it can be really empowering to go through our rituals. Some people do spells, some people do rituals, some people pray, some people affirm, I'm over this, I'm ready to move on. The actual feeling will grow from that repeated prayer or affirmation or ritual. But in the immediate sense, you know, this process will take as long as it takes for you, and that's okay. But when you realize, you'll realize one day that you're not thinking about them, and you're not wondering what they're doing or who they're talking to, or thinking about what could have been or what it would be like now if you were still with them. You suddenly realize that your energy isn't focused on that anymore. You know, no longer focused on that lack, on that absence. And when you do that, it will be natural. It will just happen in your life. The more you focus on yourself, on repairing the relationship with yourself, investing in yourself, just time, just energy, doing the things that you want to do, not thinking, oh, I can't do that because we were going to do that together. No, if there's something that you want to do, you go there and do it. Don't put things on hold for this person. There is something far more beautiful, far more balanced, far more fulfilling, and definitely divinely orchestrated, headed your way in the future. This is a process, and like I said, the channeled message was, I can see things have been really difficult for you, but life is about to change. So for many of you, you could be feeling this sudden sense of change. And, you know, though this is a timeless reading, at the time of filming, we're in a Mercury retrograde. So this is a time where people from the past can come back and get into communication. If at any point this person comes back from the past, you don't have to jump because they have clicked their fingers. You know, there is this strong sense here. This Eight of Cups, as you happen, this could be, you know, just a little shuffle forward or a step. Day by day, you're disconnecting from this vision that you held about how life could be with this person. And something new is coming. I'm actually getting, I was going to use those, but I'm actually getting to do a couple of cards and to really focus on what's coming next. I want to get a couple of these cards. This is the Dreams of Gaia Tarot. This deck is the Radiant Wise Spirit. I'm just going to use the Dreams of Gaia just to get some leading energies about what is coming next. This beautiful future connection, the healing and the growth that's going to come, please. Oh, I really love this. Got a lot of swords energy, a lot of air energy coming through. So air signs could be important to you. I don't always focus on the signs. Absolutely. You've got the Ten of Water again. So this, no, sorry, the Ten of Swords this is on the bottom of the deck. In this deck, this is such a beautiful high frequency energy of transformation. You have all of these butterflies, which are symbols of complete and utter life transformation, of metamorphosis. This Ten of Swords is the completion of this cycle. Life is going to become unrecognizable, and it means completely letting go of the old self, of the old way, of the old dream and vision of who your husband was going to be, or your wife was going to be, or how the wedding was going to be, or the relationship was going to be with this person, because that feels very much like past energy, and that could be really difficult to hear for some of you. Of course, only take that if that feels right for you. You will know if it does, and if it doesn't, then that's absolutely okay. You never ever have to take a message that isn't for you, or doesn't feel right for you, or makes you feel uncomfortable in a reading. But this Ten of Swords here is a complete metamorphosis within your life, complete change and growth, but in a very positive way. It's leading you to something really, truly beautiful. Now, before I turn those over, I'm going to do these two. This Eight of Swords here speaks of sacrifice, and it speaks of balance. It speaks of what we are willing to sacrifice, and is it worth it? This card here, this Five of Swords, speaks of removing the masks to reveal our truest self. Now, the message that I'm getting from these is you could have tried to make yourself fit for this past person. You could have tried to change yourself, constantly believing that it was you that was at fault, that you were the problem. And through the process of that, you could have tried a lot of different things. You could have come to a place of really trying to grow, trying to nurture yourself, trying to change yourself in some ways. I feel like there is going to have been very powerful lessons in there. But this sense of sacrifice has been to help to teach you. And from this point forwards, if you decide to make changes to yourself, it's going to be for the benefit of you, to reveal these, to remove these masks of conditioning of the past, of old limiting beliefs for yourself, and revealing more of your truest self. And in this authenticity of just being you, you will attract the right people. You don't have to compromise or sacrifice yourself in order to attract the right people to you. You know, and it's interesting because we've got the Five of Swords coming out again. So in the past, there could have been this tendency, especially with this person, perhaps you never felt like you were quite good enough, and just felt like if I change this, then they'll get me. If I change this, then they'll listen. If I change this, then they'll stay. Constantly on the back foot. And I feel like that's one of the biggest things that you have learnt or are learning and are now beginning to let go and walking away from, because it's revealing the true value of who you are, all of your gifts, all of your strengths, and recognizing that just because this person couldn't give you what you want, it doesn't mean that there's anything wrong with you. It's actually been revealing to you more of just who you are and what you can have and who you can be. I'm going to put those there. And these three. Okay, yeah, we've got the Seven of Water in the reverse. There's four. I thought there was only three. We've got the Seven of Earth. We've got the Journey in the reverse and Abundance in the reverse. I'm hoping you can see those. For some of you, you could have felt a lot of resistance to this process. You could have felt like this wasn't worth investing in. You couldn't see a way forwards if it wasn't with this person. And actually this entire situation has caused you to doubt the value of yourself. And this could actually have rippled out and had a knock-on effect in other aspects and areas of your life. Now, this situation may have broken you down in some ways. I can see with this Seven of Water in the reverse that you are overcoming that, and you are choosing you. You are choosing to invest in yourself, to ground into yourself, to believe in yourself, to believe in your worth. And I keep saying it, I know I'm repeating myself, but as time goes on, you are going to see and really begin to believe in your own good, in your value, and you'll begin to recognize where the things that this person did or didn't do were never because you were insufficient for yourself. It might not have been enough for them, but for some people, nothing is enough. And because they haven't learned to self-source for themselves, they'll just take and take, or constantly chase the next thing, the next thrill, the next connection, because anything longer than that is feels like a threat to them. And that isn't your fault. It's also not for you to fix, and you can only focus on yourself. So this journey, even though you may have doubted how you can go forwards, or even that there is a possibility to have what you want on the other side of this, you're being told to really focus on grounding yourself and believing in your own ability to transform. You know, we have all of the seasons here represented on this card. He has a snake around his neck, or a snake around their neck. wrapped around the sacral chakra. Now the solar plexus chakra. Now the solar plexus chakra connects and relates to our sense of self, our self-identity, our self-confidence, the person that we express within the world. You have the fire here of transformation, and this snake, which is also a symbol of transformation. It might take a year for some of you. It might already have taken a year with these seasons all being represented here, but you're being called not to focus on the time or how long it's been or how long it takes, but on how you feel, on those improvements that you're seeing day to day. Now, I'm going to leave this here for you, but I really hope this reading assisted you if you needed it. Thank you for being here, and just sending you all of my love. Take care now. Bye-bye.